Okay, recording this video after close trade Wednesday 26th of March 2014. Hope you had a good day's trading today. Well, personally I did not. I quit trading after 5 trades after the first hour or so. Just couldn't get it together, no kind of decent setups, and I was just kind of losing money, so quit after 5 trades. That's kind of a rule of thumb for myself, bench myself after 5 trades if I can't kind of get it together. There was no kind of clear trend in the first hour or so, a little bit ugly, and then we kind of fell out of bed into a really nice kind of downtrending move, but I'd quit by then. I'm going to show you the dollar index charts, but just to say, first of all, on the Emini we did about 1.7 million contracts traded, exhaustion sell kind of signal here, so quite a lot of activity, particularly later on in the day. I'm interested in what the dollar index is going to do over the last few days. I was saying in the last video I recorded, we had this real strength after FOMC, and I didn't understand why that was, because I don't think what Yellen said was particularly bullish for the dollar index, but we have now got in our sights a cyclical resistance kind of lining up here that will take us into a pullback to end of trend move on the downside. We're in a downtrend on dollar index. We've broken support on the daily chart. We've not seen any exhaustion patterns on a left shoulder in order to show kind of the end of this move. So this thing's going to play in at some point over the next few days, and I think the dollar index is going to kind of head down. And on the flip side, all the other currencies are doing pretty well. The big one that's a bit of a surprise to me is the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar, we put in pullback to end of trend. Blue professional bars here coming at lows. It was a nice kind of U-turn. So they pick it up on the way down. They got resting buy orders here, and then they chase it on the way up. That's a U-turn happening here. And then we come back into that zone. If you look at this blue professional bar, the lows of this one's kind of bottom, top of the range, this blue professional bar. They picked it up here. We break into an uptrend. It's kind of continued up. I didn't think the Aussie would strengthen this much, just because the commitment of traders is not particularly positive on the Aussie at the moment. But there we go. I'm glad I got out of my short Aussie thing the other week, which was kind of good, but I didn't reverse into a long Aussie. So. Canadian dollar is also showing a little bit of strength. It's still in this big downtrend, but we've shown exhaustion, selling, bullish divergence. Another blue professional down bar kind of coming at the lows, and we're kind of bouncing back from there. Again, commitment of traders isn't all that positive on Canadian dollar, but we just found an area of support that we're bouncing from. And British pound, my good friend the British pound's doing nicely, kind of coming back. We overshot support here, which is I don't like to see in strong uptrends. You look at the support areas in the background and they were holding nicely, not getting broken to the downside, so that's showing a little bit of weakness. I suppose it's not surprising after exhaustion buying up here, bearish divergence, pullback to end of trend and so on. But we are kind of coming back from that. And the Japanese yen, it's kind of about to break through cyclical resistance on the daily chart, so hopefully takes us into a downtrend. The story on this one was we had this huge sell-off move and then a short covering rally. All of that exhaustion buying there is showing short covering rally as those trailing stops get hit. And we kind of come back and test because after that exhaustion we kind of we just settle back because there's a lack of buying. All that buying was basically stops being run. Come back into a Rambo pattern and we bounced nicely off there. I thought this blue professional bar we'd kind of continue through the highs and that would be kind of jumping the creek into an uptrend, but no, we kind of came back a little bit. This was the Yellen business going on, but now the strength is coming back into the yen, and I'm looking for that to break above resistance into a trend move, uptrend move on the daily chart. Euro is also above resistance. We've not got any exhaustion patterns on the left shoulders. All the exhaustions have happened on the bottom. Down here, bullish divergence right near the zero line, so wait for the flush. Flush comes in, bang, nicely kind of breaking up here. So we're in an uptrend. We're above resistance on the daily chart on Euro and so on. So all of that's kind of interesting to me. So back onto this kind of weakness in the dollar index, expecting this to roll over. So that's going to be interesting kind of going forward. Gold and silver have come off, quite a bit from their highs kind of lately. So, again, a little bit of surprise that weakness has been so strong in gold and silver. But if the dollar index kind of cracks down over the next couple of days, hopefully they'll bounce back. Okay, now just want to talk about better X trend on a couple of charts because this has kind of rolled over on some of these indices, and I think we're going to have weakness. We've been playing around, we've been testing and testing and testing into these highs, and it's about time we break out of this kind of congestion zone. Dow, just say better X trend is a trailing stop based on exhaustion buying and selling. You need kind of explosive volume to get a move going, bang, and then you need explosive exhaustion volume to end a move, kind of out here. And just lately we've started to test back into those highs after we've had these kind of explosive volume kind of up moves, and we've been testing and can't get through. So the X trend rolled over a few days ago on the Dow. Pushing up and pushing up, cannot get through here. So we got a little bit of a wedging pattern. Kind of expecting weakness for this to kind of fall off. Tomorrow could be an interesting day. Today was a weak day, and the professionals trading during the end of the day kind of got out of their moves. Overnight, a lot of people will say, maybe it's time to just take profits and kind of get out of things, so the amateurs and the rest of the market could potentially follow along tomorrow. So that'll be interesting. Daily chart of the E-mini. This is just the day sessions only. We've rolled over a few days ago. Here's the trailing stop above price. White little dots here, just showing the weakness there. Could not get through here. Bang. So we're at the bottom of this kind of channel here. It's been an important place in terms of resistance previously on this kind of left shoulder. Resistance becomes support over here. We break that support, and that's kind of interesting to go on the downside. The continuous day and night still showing strength, but the trailing stop is support, kind of sitting underneath there. S&P 500, again, this is similar to what the day and night session kind of looks like. So looking for that to be broken to the downside. And the Nasdaq, this is the one that's kind of weakest of the lot, and this kind of rolled over quite a few days ago, and now we've got real kind of sell down moves kind of happening here. So 135-minute chart. 1841 is the number. It's a really kind of key number. If we break through here, we're into a downtrend on the daily chart. This was pullback to dirty end of trend. It's a dirty end of trend because the support level got violated, the pullback level got violated. Big blue professional down bar the other day. We come back in to test the top of that range. Now we're coming back down below that. We could be falling through the ice here into a downtrend, kind of getting this move going on the downside. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. And 40,500. What we put in today's trade was exhaustion after yesterday's kind of move up. As I said, I wasn't trading yesterday, and we went away, did a big walk down the west side of the island, which was kind of nice. Might put up some photographs, but didn't trade yesterday, and then kind of quit my trading early today. So I'm looking for a good day tomorrow. And this is why the morning was difficult. 1500 tip bar chart. We put in our pullback to end of trend. We had Rambos up here at the highs. I like to see exhaustion buying during the full liquidity of the day here, but we didn't get it. And this kind of complex correction type move down here just broke finally into a downtrend here, pull back to end of trend. But this was really messy and ugly, and had a combination of long trades and short. 1, 2, 3 long and 2 short. I was short my last trade and pulled out a point out of that. But I was not ready for this kind of move here. So I just found it difficult. You get those days, the best thing to do is kind of bench yourself and not kind of overtrade. So even at 5 trades, it's kind of getting on to overtrading. Hope your trade did better than me, and looking forward to tomorrow's trade.